Hi Pisces, happy birthday. I wanted to do your reading in time for you to, for those who begin in February, happy birthday in February, and those in March. So this is going to be the March 2021 reading, but I definitely want to say happy birthday to all Pisces. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising, of course. Those intuitively guided to the channel, to the actual reading. Trust your intuition. You're here for a reason. And, if you're checking on a Pisces, just be open to receiving messages yourself. It's so funny. I don't know why. I just thought to myself, I do so many personal readings, and I was just thinking to myself, I think I have more Pisces divine feminine than all other signs combined. Now I have them in all other signs, but for some reason that's popping in my head. I don't even know if that's factual, but I feel like it had to be said. Okay, so we're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck. We'll read it in the end, by the way. I'm going to have patience, though my feet need to be on the ground. We have family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. So if you, I don't know, have been praying at all about your family now, to me, family can represent many different things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know that there needs to be a blood tie. I feel like it's more of a soul tie for some of you. Anyway, I feel like your prayers are being heard, which means your prayers are being answered. We just got to remember it may not look exactly the way we expect. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the Dream of Tarot. This is a fairly new deck. I like the imagery. There's some things I don't like about it. I wish they were a little bit smaller. Regular deck size. And, some of the paper. Like, what is this? Wow. So it's starting to rip. And once that goes, right? It's not like it's like, it must be covered. Okay, well. I keep that in mind. Did I cut these? Did I shuffle them? I don't know. Let's start over. Let's give them a shuffle. Let's give them a cut. And let's begin. In this type of reading, try to have patience. Many have asked me to keep them long. I did try to shorten them, and I prefer them long. Though I have to stay relevant also, so not everyone likes long readings. But what I want to say is, I feel like in these readings, we're given a glimpse of where you've been, because we need to know that, right? We need to know that. A glimpse of where you're at right now, and then a glimpse at what can be with, and then I feel like there's certain requirements. So sometimes um, we don't want to hear that part, and then we wonder why we never make it to a juicy ending. Something's missing. Okay, anyway, look at this. We're opening with the Ace of Cups. Happy birthday to you. And then we have the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles. For some of you, I feel like it's talking about doing something you love. I'm sure it's more than that, but at this moment, I'm feeling like it's doing something you love. And when you do that, like maybe you have a hard time keeping your mind focused, right? Because maybe you are more in the emotional part of yourself than the creative. Though you have both, right? And I feel like it's the same. When you start to focus on your creativity, and if it's something that that you love, even if it's hard work, it's saying, I feel it's saying you'll be great at it. It talks about your uniqueness as a part of this and everything, right? There's a uniqueness to you, and that's what you bring out. That's what you bring to the table. And if you're wondering what, I feel like deep down you must know if this is a type of path you want to go on. But anyways, that's some great energy right there. We have the Seven of Swords. It's like somebody has to come in and spoil the party. We have the Nine of Swords. Interesting. We have the Five of Wands. So it's interesting how your reading opens up. Why am I taking 4? I don't know. Here's someone over here in the Nine of Swords energy, and that's worrying. That's where my mind doesn't shut off. And she's looking right back at the Seven of Swords, and Seven of Swords is looking right back at her, and it's like, he's stealing more than his share. He's stealing it. It's almost like under the cover of night. Now, you may only be thinking this. But it also may be affecting you. It has to be affecting you. It's so interesting. We have the Ace of Cups over here and the Nine of Swords over here. And the rest will open up. So we have the Five of Wands. Okay. Five of Wands. First of all, if it speaks of love, which it does, within this Five of Wands, that's the underlying energy. There's love in here. But even if there's love, there's ego. And I feel like the Five of Wands is this time when two are in their ego. It's almost like two mirrors being shown to each other, and it's like what you fear worst, maybe even in yourself, you then experience through them. You know what I mean? So I don't know yet. But I do know that someone has a fear that something's being stolen from them. Okay, let's keep going. This may also be a message, like if you just can't get your mind off that, and it's you thinking it more than I feel like it's true right this second. I feel like this is someone who is overthinking it and therefore can almost paint the picture of it. And you may be the one where Spirit's saying, try to refocus your mind. You have control over your mind. Try to refocus your mind on something that brings you personally a sense of joy, where you learn your uniqueness as you go along. It's the energy of other people um, seeing and appreciating your uniqueness. I mean, love is right next to it, right? So it's almost like I have two different energies here, but it's showing me the source, which I feel like is the Five of Wands, and this is going at it, right? This is going at it, and does it come to an end? I don't know, because it's ego, and well, we'll see. But right at this moment, it doesn't quite feel like it does. It's like each thing goes to their room, slams the door. Maybe it fades, but does it go away? I don't know. It's almost like, oh, really? You think you can do something? Watch me. And then they watch you, and it's like, okay, well, you think you can do something? And then watch me. Not in all cases, but I feel like that is, it's almost like you're pushing each other to be their worst. You know? What's that song? Whatever you can do, I can do better. Anyway, there's no winner in that energy, by the way. Nobody wins. We have the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Right off the bat, the Queen's back is to this Five of Wands, and above her is this Three of Pentacles. So it's almost like an awakening, an awareness of, it's almost like she's taking her cup and she's putting it in another way. Now this can also represent Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm almost feeling like my craft, whatever that means, is healing to you. It's almost like you're a hermit. Like the Virgo is hermit, right? It's almost like you're a hermit, and it's almost like doing the opposite of what you would normally do. We have the excuse me, we have the Hangman. We have the Six of Cups, but of course we do. And with the Six of Cups, we have the Four of Wands. So this is definitely someone thinking about someone. It's interesting because there are two totally different energies here. I don't know what's going on with my chest today. I know some of you would be like, stop smoking. I know, but there's something else. I think it's allergies. I don't know. Anyway, in one way, I feel like this queen is not allowing herself to move over into this energy of the Six of Cups. So let's talk about the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is allowing myself to think about happy times, happy memories. The Four of Cups is next to that. That is like, a spiritual discernment, which you already have. You just got to find it, right? It doesn't exist in your ego. And the Four of Cups can therefore be very, I'm not doing much about it. I'm dreaming it. It's like dreamy type energy, right? But I don't know. I feel like for some reason you're blocking it at the same time. Let me say one more thing. I feel like there's someone else who, listen, this energy may be yet to come within the Six of Cups, and let's just say the Six of Cups, because I feel the Four of Cups is just kind of like the shadow over it. Um, so the Six of Cups might be yet to come, but I'm looking at the potential of it because here is the Ace of Cups, and right from the get-go, I'm in the Nine of Swords energy with the Seven of Swords energy. So clearly, I know what I'm worrying about. I'm worrying that someone's going to steal, my money again. Someone's going to steal my heart again. Both. Um, I'm worried about all of that. And, in a way, the Hangman's a good thing to take, it's a pause, right? It's I'm seeking wisdom to take my next step. I need I feel like I need to seek wisdom to take my next step. And therefore I don't move. I have patience. And Hangman can have too much patience, but it's not without purpose. Hmm. So, as I described this Nine of Swords energy to some of you, I feel like you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're saying that is me. Um, and I feel like that is you. Then, if Spirit can see that side of you, then Spirit can also see the potential of what could be. And that's what is being asked, like to use your own unique potential. When you start to worry about things that, first of all, you can't control. You can't control them. If you can't control them, you've got to find a way to let them go. There may be the sense of, I can't allow my mind to be overactive. Boy, you're not comfortable in that energy. And I feel like it's saying instead of, like recognize, okay, wait a minute, I'm back in that energy again. And if it's like, if you used to love to paint, pick up a brush. Pick up a brush, pick up a cheap canvas, and you probably have paint somewhere, you know, take it out on the canvas, and maybe you're making a masterpiece. I don't know, um, whatever it is, whatever it is. Okay, I feel like I'm going to stop there with this deck. We have the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. And then we have the Ace of Wands under that. So, that's some fire energy pushing these cups. Now, first of all, cups can talk about what you fear up here. It can talk about being afraid of someone not being, you don't want three people in a relationship. You want just the two of you, right? You're clear about that. You've had it. You don't want to repeat it. But I also feel like with the Ace of Wands behind it, it's also the energy to help you reach what the ultimate energy in the Three of Cups is, and that's joy. And joy is within. Um, so I feel like you're getting it's interesting, look at this paper, like it wants to come off. That is not good. These are, what, less than 2 months old? Anyway. Let's bring in the Gilded Tarot, which I have to tell you, I love the feel of them. I love the quality of them. I love how they shuffle. I love them all. I love everything about them. I love the tarot dreams, too. I love the imagery, but now that I can see that it's like it's surface deep. Okay, let's go a little deeper here. Let's figure this out for you. I hope that's okay. You know what, let's bring this down a little. Let's bring this over. Let's bring this down. And let's move from there. Someone may be stopping a relationship or potential of a relationship because of maybe what was. For some of you, I just feel like this is almost like a current relationship. And just where it's at, its state right now. And it's, you know, I don't know. Interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles again over the Ace of Cups. So there may be someone who you have their eye. And it could be someone who certainly could work with you. Or someone who just appreciates like something that you uniquely create. You know, whatever that is. I often feel this is sometimes when I'm getting lost in my craft and I don't even notice, is anybody paying attention? You know what I mean? I didn't even notice that somebody else was noticing me. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay, I think we're going to have to move this. We have Temperance. Well, look at this. Temperance is coming right over the Seven of Swords. So first of all, Temperance is coming over the Seven of Swords. What she's saying is, what the universe or divine is saying is, listen, there's nothing in this energy that you allow your mind to go to that exists at this moment, right? And this is the moment you want to be aware of. Now, that does not say be naive or something. I feel like this is a very spiritual type message with Temperance coming over the Seven of Swords. Temperance, you know, divine Temperance herself may be controlling this hangman, right? Holding, like, keeping that gate closed until this type of energy can subside. And I feel like, you know, you're given the way. Not just that, but I want to say, like, when you're in this energy, I get the feeling that there's someone or people who take a special notice of you. And listen, not just like, oh, you're good looking. No, this is like much more. It's more about an appreciation, an awareness of, like, you know, your unique thing. That's just what I'm feeling. I'm telling you. And it's almost like you are unaware of it. But then here's the Knight of Cups coming over this energy. So you're focusing on something else. And, you know, maybe it's something that's finally bringing you a sense of joy. And almost like you get lost in it. And bam, here comes the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is about, you know, the Knight is bringing a cup to you. By the way, the Queen down here, she's holding the cup. So it's like she receives it. She received it. But then bam, the Hangman. So whether it's self-created or divine created, I can feel that there's a purpose here. Anyway, Temperance over the Seven of Swords also, it's like let go of it, because um, there is not one bit of worrying you can do that can change anything. I don't know, that's just what I feel. Some of you, this is a Sagittarius, I have to say. We have the Strength card coming over the Nine of Swords, which is kind of beautiful, especially with divine energy right next to it, right? I feel like it's almost like, for sure, a reminder about, who you are. Nine of Swords, you're feeling small in a situation. You're feeling almost like, you forgot about you. You forgot about your life. Um, this is the ability to overcome it. It's from within, and it's a reminder. I feel like divine is like giving you a reminder of all that you've overcome, and reminder of times when you thought things were never going to change, and then bam, they changed, good or bad, probably a little both. Um, it's the flow. It's the flow. Um, maybe it's like winter. We know that it's coming. We can prepare ahead, right? In a strength card, it's almost like you're pulling on that part of you that already has. So, um, as you overcome, I feel like the Nine of Swords it's almost like the hangman, almost looks like a gate. It's almost like the gate starts to open, right? The gate starts to open. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Chariot. Chariot coming over the Five of Wands. Interesting. We have, interesting, the Five of Wands. Well, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups twice. Queen of Cups is also connected to this past tense energy, where there are happy times, happy memories, happy thoughts. So it's almost showing like the jump over that, and the ability. So anyway, let's see what else is coming out. We have the Page of Cups. That's the period where you're learning how to love yourself. Um, you're forgiving yourself for what you feel are mistakes, which are really just little life lessons. Sometimes big life lessons. They're not mistakes. This is just you. You know, maybe just learning how to truly start loving. Maybe you thought that you could love, and now maybe you are truly learning how to love. Now, this could be connected to someone. Well, let's see what else we got. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Certainly doesn't have to be. She's our intuitive queen. Um, she moves into it, right? She moves into it. It's like the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands are connected. And maybe this queen is like, I'm going for something here. Or at least I feel like going on your intuition. I feel like I want to take just a card or two around them. Queen of Pentacles coming over this hangman. I'm wondering, is this about you and like you got to get your finances together, um, so that, I don't know, um, maybe it's not like, maybe it's just enough, right? You need to get just enough. she's pointing up to the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Often I can see her as the business owner. So this can also be a version of you. This may be also why it feels like the gate doesn't want to open up. It may be about you finding your place. And listen, I always feel within this type of energy, if you have some God-given gift and you put effort into it, I feel like this is energy about like it going right where it's meant to go. And I feel like big. Now, big for whatever that means. But it's about you and you putting your focus in it. But I can tell you, this is also talking about energy where other people are admiring you, appreciating you for who you are. So what's changed, right? The only thing that's really changed is the Nine of Swords with the Strength card over it. Is the way I'm looking at things. Is the way I'm allowing my mind to control me instead of me control my mind. Right? I can do that. I need to tell myself and know that I can do that. There's something that may have been burning, no matter how small, within you. And it's like a seed. It's a seed that you can use or you don't have to use. But I feel like if you pour some water on it, it can grow and grow and grow. It's what you put into it. Okay, anyway. Let me see if I can get this a little bit clearer down here. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles. By the way, it's coming after the Three of Swords. We have the Knight of Swords. And then we have the King of Cups. So what did we do? We brought in more people. And maybe they're meant to come in. The King of Cups. Well, we have the Queen of Cups. Here's the Ten of Pentacles. It's after the Three of Swords, right? It's after. It can talk about the potential of, can you have the Ten of Pentacles? Well, yeah, you can. Yes, of course you can. Maybe you have to start it at the 3. But if you focus on it, you feel good in it. Even if it takes a lot of your time, but you feel good in it. Let me tell you, what you're doing is it's like it's like a ripple effect into the universe. And listen, what you put out must come back. So I feel like that's allowing yourself, and maybe you don't even know that. Hence, here's the Knight of Cups. A cup. Someone brings a cup. Is it met with this energy of, I don't know if I can trust? If this is the same person and it's me doing it again with the same person, this energy definitely would have to be looked at, right? It has to be brought into the light, looked at. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who would see the details. There are details that I'm missing, but I can find them. And I feel like in a way it kind of frees you. And then I feel like, boom, we move back again. I don't know why I'm jumping all over the place in this reading. We have the Chariot here. So, and it's over the Five of Wands. This is movement, no doubt. But the Chariot is also a reward. So, what comes right before it? The Nine of Swords, but with the Strength card over it. Strength card is always the energy of overcoming, of taming that part in me, right? It may always exist, but I can tame it. And that's exactly what the Strength card is doing. And then boom, just like the universe tells us, here's a reward, right? But it requires moving out of also the ego type energy, because bam, here it is again. It's showing it's directly connected to this queen, no matter how I cut it. But below her is a Ten of Pentacles. Three of Swords is, it's almost like the Chariot saying, you got to give these two energies up. It's almost like the Five of Wands creates a tower, and then maybe we know that it starts with the Ace of Cups, so maybe this is a burning love. It comes back again, but boom, we move back into the Five of Wands energy. Boom, here comes the tower. Maybe it's 3 times, right? Maybe what you're being told is this is the working against each other instead of with each other, which is really, it's appreciating each other for who they are, maybe the good things instead of the bad things. If in any way it's talking about, and for some of you it's past energy, that you worry about now allowing, love in. It's giving you a path of how to move out of that type of energy. And then the Knight of Swords under the Hangman kind of feels like the knight that's he's gonna cut the ties to it all, right? Cut the ties to it all and allow it to begin fresh. And then we have the King of Pentacles, which matches the Queen, the main queen in the reading, whether it be a water sign or not. Here is her counterpart, right? Also connected with this Five of Wands. So I can't, if you're the queen, I can't help but say you have to look at your part in that Five of Wands, because I feel like it's mirroring energy. And it doesn't do any good to deny, because what does it do? It breaks the heart, right? More than it has to be. But nonetheless, that's what it does. It like breaks the heart, right? It makes you wounded. Yet for some reason, sometimes we feel like our ego is bigger and better and badder. But at the same time, what's it doing to our hearts? And I say that because the Ace of Cups is here. And I also see the Ten of Pentacles after. It's like after the fact. So like the Three of Swords is showing because it may show me a pattern. But I can break that pattern if I choose. So I feel like that's kind of what the Knight of Swords is doing. Cutting that pattern out of your life, and hello, here comes the King of Cups. So I still feel like there's something else I need to know, I want to know. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, I know this is probably going to be a little bit of a long reading then, but it's your birthday. I just want to move this up. And I want to see if any kind of story just wants to pop out, kind of relating to this reading up here. Some of you is asking you to change the way you think. Realize the way you think. Let's not forget temperance is here, right? Divine timing. So, when's it ever going to be me? When the timing is right. And in the Nine of Swords, the timing feels like it'll never be right. So it shows me a path, actually 2 different paths. I either can change the way I think, and it doesn't take the blame off of anybody other than you refuse to live your life in that energy. So I can look at life, I can think about the good times in my life and the good people in my life. But if I have a hard time with that, then look within. There's some type of craft. There's some type of seed that may have been planted just for this very case. Right? Allow that seed to blossom. It'll be up to you. So we have the Two of Wands, which is, this is, I'm going to do it type attitude. I'm going to do it. I'm going to believe. I think I'm going to do it. This is the energy of being very close to a new beginning, right? Almost like it's being illuminated for them. Still back in the shadow, but it's almost like I can see it. Well, hello, Ace of Wands. First of all, there's your light. If you're in the dark, there's your light. This is passion driven. This is a spark. This may be the spark that sparks you to begin, to allow the gate of the hangman to open so that you can walk through the gate, right? It's a reminder to let your passion, live. Like, I feel like in different times of our life, it calls for different things. This is a time for you to really think about your desires. Don't be afraid to go after them. Even if that means fixing a relationship. Sometimes it just means fixing a relationship and refusing to go back, to go down that path again. And how? Because illumination is right here. Like, it's like divine is right here. The mirror is playing a major effect. So this can be even, right, I decide to think about, or we, however, decide to think about the happy times. In the beginning, I don't know. Anyway, so here we go. It's like, here we go. We're about to start down a path. We have the Six of Wands. So first of all, this is you in very persuasive type energy. This is where, before I felt people appreciating the uniqueness in you. But this is where I feel like it's almost like the masses. So if there's anything you're doing up here, and again, when I say create, you may call it work, but it's something that it must bring you a sense of joy. And I feel like the more you water it, the larger it will grow. And that's what I feel for some of you. It's about twice, many more looking at you, looking up to you. It's like this is your time. We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting. We go from the 6 to the 7. So I have to say, just be careful here, because this could move back into ego energy. I just got to be careful that it doesn't go to my head, right? And instead, because what it does is it opens you to the world. It makes you available to the world. Seven of Wands can be where you are talking to people, trying to get people to see your point of view. I guess sometimes we need our ego. But for some of you, I feel like this is, maybe that's the type of work that's required, right? That's the marketing part of it. I've got to get people to see my point of view. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. He's a king of communication. You may be a king that you need to speak to, that you need to persuade, that you do persuade. And I feel like, why? It's your mere audacity in the best of way. It's like, because I know this is my journey. Like, I claim it. It's like I'm planting my flag. I claim it. Claim it. And let me tell you why. So then we have the Emperor. Some of you, it can talk about you, the Emperor can certainly be the business owner, the boss. And here could be the beginning of our path and our end of our path. Right? Where then I am the Emperor. And the Emperor is, I think the Emperor of the people. And I see you in persuasive type energy. Why? Why maybe I should be moved ahead. Well, what else we have? The Ten of Wands. Look at that. Ten of Wands coming under the Ace of Wands. It's like this Ace of Wands is giving you the opportunity to drop a lot of burden that you were carrying. It gives you the opportunity for this energy to end. This is an energy where you felt a heavy sense of responsibility. If it's tied in any way to the Nine of Swords, it makes sense. Taking on more than you needed to, than you should have, and that's okay. But now is the awareness, the Ace of Wands sparking from that. I feel like it's beautiful, and then the opportunity. It's almost like I'm going to my boss and saying, this is back-breaking work. You need to take some of the, you need to either, promote me or take some of this responsibility off of me. Emperor is also a card of Aries. Look at this. We have the Ten of Cups. Some of you, I feel like it's tied to the family card here. And, maybe you carry the weight of the financial burden on your shoulders. I feel like what it's saying is this is an opportunity for you to do probably right out of your own home. Using what? Using the wisdom of the journeys, the cycles that you have been on. You may think nothing of it, but I have a feeling for a lot of you, because I feel like I'm either going to be in the Nine of Swords energy or I'm going to be in one of these other energies, and they probably both come to the same place, which could only be good. But anyway, I feel like if you're single, this is saying you can create your own business out of your own home. You may think that people won't be responsive, but they will be. If I have to speak it, know what I'm going to say. That's it. Think of the Queen of Pentacles, and she's someone who would, if I'm going to give a speech in the morning, I'm going to read that speech probably a couple different times before I actually give it. Right? I want to almost know it. We have the Five of Swords. You know, some of you may feel like you've been carrying the burden of your family for too long. And you feel some family members, you know, whoever you call within family may be, you know, feel toxic to you. And listen, toxic just may mean for the time, right? Like their energy and my energy just aren't connecting. We seem to be on two different paths type of thing. It doesn't mean that it can't change because everyone can evolve and time helps evolve some of us whether we like it or not. But anyways, this is certainly showing that, I don't know, I feel like for some of you, Five of Swords is about what toxicity feels like at my own home. Wow. And maybe I have to speak about that. Maybe I have to persuade that that is exactly what happened. Maybe I have to persuade myself. Because I feel like the Ten of Wands is then, it's almost like we're reading this backwards. So the Ten of Wands, or I'm sorry, yeah, the Ten of Wands, coming right up against that Ten of Cups. You like, from that Ten of Cups, you carried the Ten of Wands. And some of that may have been the Five of Swords energy, that toxic type energy. Maybe nobody believes you. And if that matters, I feel like up here it's talking about the type of energy where people do believe you. But ultimately, if I say, why the hell is I even on this journey? It's saying, because in the Ten of Wands, you do learn a lot. You have a lot of experiences in the Ten of Wands. That Ten of Wands can be cycles, or it can be one long cycle. But you do have the opportunity to learn a lot in the Wands energy, because the Wands is normally when maybe I forgot this, but you know, not too long ago, I was the Fool, right? I was the Fool. I wasn't the Ten of Wands. I was the opposite of that. Well, okay. It doesn't, you know, the wheel keeps spinning. So you will be that Fool again. Okay, let me get the cards that flew. And it was only one card. And interesting enough, it's the Four of Cups again. And I'm just wondering, for some of you, you know, this Four of Cups is like, almost like daydreaming. Daydreaming about this one cup coming to me and what I could do from that cup. And I feel like, you know, it's almost like your guide just saying, well, let's go after that cup. Go after that cup. But it may require to, in the Five of Swords, I need to know what's toxic and what's not toxic, right? I need to know what's serving me and what's not serving me. Otherwise, what's the point, right? Maybe I needed to realize that I've been in a time period where I've carried a lot of weight. But truth be told, I've really learned a lot too. I've really learned a lot. And I think that's what the Hangman is waiting for. And then the Emperor, I feel like, you know, the Emperor is the wise one. Everyone looks up to the Emperor. The Emperor is the wise one. And the Emperor can only be wise because of his experiences. You know, he would never told a knight to go into battle without going into battle himself first, and probably being first in line. Right? He's of the people. And some of you, it may just mean that what you're moving into is a time period where what you bring to the world is, you know, of the people, for the people. Maybe you just don't know it yet. Okay. Our final cards I'm going to take are Judgment. Well, Judgment is rebirth, right? New beginning. Judgment is about a call to attention. Usually asking us to be in the current moment because that's where our blessings lie. So even if I'm on a path that's not very um, acceptable, then it's knowing that you can change it. And I feel like it starts with your mind, and then and as you clear your mind, it may be replaced with certain memories, and from those memories may spark a certain new path. Now, you may not know that, but here I am telling you. But anyways, it's coming from the energy of judgment, and that's your ancestors, right? This is higher wisdom. Beat your wisdom. Like, you think you know, but this is the truth. We have, hello, the Ace of Pentacles. And then we have the Hermit. So let me tell you, where I felt the Ten of Wands down here, I also feel in the Hermit. And I feel like the Hermit is probably the energy of being in these Ten of Wands or these Five of Swords energy. I learned as I went through them, um, maybe what they were about. Or maybe I'm on that path. And I feel like the Hermit is eventually a spiritual teacher. What keeps going through my mind is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. It just is. It just is. And here's judgment, right? A call from above, bringing in the Ace of Pentacles, a physical opportunity to do something. And that seed, that ace, I feel like is whatever you want it to be, whatever you put in it. But the Hermit is coming from it. So think about the Hermit's energy after that time, right? I almost went through the dark night of the soul, but through that time, like I found myself, like I found me. Um, and anyway, I don't know. I feel like for some of you, then you now shine the light. You shine the lantern. Maybe it's your turn to speak. And don't just dream it, do it. That's what I feel like. And I feel like some people might be like, how? Well, it shows you. Like it's showing you. And maybe that's why I don't want to end it, because I feel like someone's not getting it. Your thought has a lot to do with it. Your worry has a lot to do with it. And you can control that. The 9 asks you just to reflect on it, right? Is the 7 of Swords real going on right now? Or is this something that was? That was now makes me think everything will be that way. Well, that's not the case. It's almost like your guide just saying, and that's none of your business. What you need to look at is what you can do. What is it that what are those seeds in you, and what do you want to bring to the surface, right? When you come to that place, I feel like that's where temperance was, right? And it's almost like the Hermit. It's like I find myself. I find myself. And I don't know, he's touching the 6 of Cups, so maybe in that light, he finds another also, he or she. It's coming from judgment. It's coming from a rebirth. That means that it's coming due to a rebirth. What is the rebirth for you? That's all. And to feel this ace, you really have to have a like a sober, clear mind. But it will show in your physical world. It can be something that's guiding you to something, that's guiding you to something else. It's like give in and just follow. Like, hey, go for the ride. Anyway, listen, we have the 10 of Cups and we have the Emperor, and I feel like the Emperor, I know, is airy for some, But I feel like ultimately, especially with the Ace of Cups, um, and you are looking at it, but man, it's way over here, right? And it's like I got to go through the Seven of Swords to get to the Three of Pentacles energy to get to the Ace of Cups. But the Strength card was over that, saying that you can do that. And then I think this gate opens. And for some of you, I don't know, there's someone of the past. There's someone who put you in the energy of happiness, happy thoughts. But I feel like you also bring it to the table. So anyway, maybe I'm going to leave it there. Let's read what family means, though. I wonder how long this reading is. Oh, I was almost there. Your prayers for your family have been heard. Whatever you're concerned about, God has the answer you seek. Since worry can sometimes attract negative experiences, it's essential to give heaven any anxiety about your loved ones. Take a moment right now to breathe deeply and exhale family burden skyward to God, Mary, and the angels. As you release these cares, fill your heart with faith that in His wisdom and love, God has a wonderful plan for you and your family. Often, prayer is answered in illogical ways, so please don't spend time worrying about how your solution will come about. Instead, trust in God, who cares infinitely for you and your family. Wow, I feel like that is just the perfect card for your reading. I don't have a clue what to name this reading because I feel like it really took us all over the place. But I love where we ended up. I don't know. I'll think on that. But boy, I feel like that was the perfect card, and I feel like it's always the perfect card. That's why I use them often now because I feel like it's always the perfect card. Anyways, guys, I love you. Thank you for continuing to support my channel through your donations, which helps keep the channel alive, keeps it ad free also. Um, think of that like with, I don't know. I see some readers who have like every 5 seconds there's an ad. Like, really? Do you think I'm going to watch your video and you have 20 ads in it? Um, and I know I had some of my old ones that people watch where, I don't know, somehow it changed and there were like 20 ads. So anyways, your donations definitely help keep it ad free. I just do the beginning of the video and the very end of the video, so I want this to be uninterrupted for you. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the family. I hope you found your message here today. Remember, sometimes you have to come back and watch a reading, but you'll be called to it. You don't have to think about it. You'll be called to it. And you may hear something completely different. Like you may hear what your spirit guides really meant you to hear, right? But it may be like chipping away, like just chipping a little bit, chip again, right? Maybe the third time it's like, I hear, right? A little wax in my ear. Anyway, it's funny when I said when the student is ready, the teacher will show. And the hermit, can become the master teacher, right? And it is really his wisdom, his spirituality. It's because he seeked the light. He wasn't afraid of it. He seeked it, and he found it. And in a way, I feel like now he's speaking it. He, she, you, speaking it, and maybe helping others overcome, toxic energy. Maybe you work in energy. And you help them overcome, maybe help clear their house, right? But some of you, I feel like, you're like, I'm not carrying that burden anymore. And you may be moving into, business ownership. It may be out of your house. Don't worry about that. I feel like here's the ace, right above it. Trust yourself. Here's the Hermit, right? And Judgment over here, over the Ace of Wands. So I feel like this is something that, Temperance was talking about, like in divine timing, all will be, right? You'll be at the right place at the right time. Trust me. The gate won't open if the gate's not meant to. Trust us. The gate will open when the gate is meant to. So I feel like this gate is about to open. Um, and it may be if you allow it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Wow, I just keep talking. Thank you guys, again, for everything. I'm going to let you be. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.